Hi students, here you have your seventh and the last chapter in geography, that is the lifelines of national economy. Here we know that in our daily life we are rendering different kinds of services. That means we get different kinds of goods and services. Some of the goods and services available in our surroundings. Some of them are we get from distant place. From these distance place, these goods and services reach into our nearby through transportation facilities. For the movement of goods and services, the transportation facilities is necessary. Here in this chapter, we have to discuss different type of transport. This transport is essential for the development of the economy and development of the country as a whole. And for the growth of goods and services, the transportation facilities is essential, and this leads to for the improvement of trade, and as a result, it also leads to the development of a country. We know that the goods are produced in different places. From these goods and services reach to ourselves through the process of transportation, and it helps to for this it facilitates by the traders. The traders, they supplies or they got these goods and services from distant places, and then at last it reached into consumers, and only through the process or the way of transportation. And the pace of development of the country is mainly dependent upon the transportation facility. And here we study different kinds of transportation is necessary for the movement of goods and services. For the goods and services, and it requires, we know that for the goods and services it have to say it requires trade is necessary, and the trade, transportation, all these are complementary to each other. And we have different means of transport. What are the means of transport? Means or ways of transport. And first one, for land, under this roadways have railways and pipelines. I am repeating, means of transport, that is first one. Under means of transport, different means of transport we have. We know that it's land, water and air. Under land, the different types of routes or different type of ways, roadways, railways and pipelines. And the next one, that is the waterways. In waterway, inland and overseas facilities are there. And the last one, that is air, that is domestic airways and international airways. And the domestic airways, it was mainly undertaken by the public undertaking and private undertaking. Then we move on the detail or major content of our chapter, that is a different ways of transport under this first one, roadways. And the first one, the transport under roadways. India has one of the largest network or road networks in the world. The roadways have preceded the railways, and some kind of advantages have more than railways to roads. As we compare to roadways and railways, the roadways have some kind of advantages. What are these advantages? The first one, the construction cost of road is much lower than as compared to railway. Here we discussed what are the advantages of roads as compared to railway. And this first one, the construction for the cost means expenditure for the construction of roads is comparatively less than for the construction of railways. And the second one, the roads can make more difficult topography. It can be constructs in the area, those areas which have difficult topography. The railway is not possible. And the third one, roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes and such can traverse mountains such as the Himalaya. in that type of region and the higher altitude region or the slopes area, it is better to, or it is easiest to construct a road is, as compared to railways. And the D, the transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distance.